Welcome to the Sports Marketing Machine Podcast. I'm your host, Jeremy Neiser, and welcome to this fun episode. We're going to talk today about subject lines, but before we do, our last episode we talked about segmenting your email list. This is the process of putting fans in the segmented lists related to what they are purchasing or what they have purchased. For example, a season ticket holder would be a segmented list, and a single game buyer would be a segmented list inside of your email service provider. That could be Constant Contact, MailChimp, whatever you're using. Today we're going to talk about subject lines and how to make them better. What that ultimately does is it leads to higher open rates, higher click-through rates, and more importantly, more sales. The first thing we're going to talk about is email subject line testing. The first way to be able to do it is called A/B testing. A/B testing basically allows you to test different versions of a specific email that you're sending out, making small changes to it. Then these small changes can have a huge impact on your results. So you want to choose something like the subject line and be able to compare the results one versus the other. The easiest way to A/B test is through the subject line, like we're talking about, and most email service providers like MailChimp, Constant Contact, Campaign Monitor allow you to A/B test the subject lines pretty easily, and this is very impactful when you have larger email lists, something like a single game buyer list rather than a season ticket holder list or a group sales list. So when you're A/B testing, you have one line that says one thing and you have another line that says another. And what the email service provider will do will take your list, however many it is, let's just pretend it's 1,000. They're going to send 500 the subject line A and the other 500 subject line B. And you could actually see, well, which subject line did a lot better than the other. It may be a little bit more, but that little bit more could turn into significantly more revenue when it comes to selling tickets. One of the things that you start to dig into and you start testing your subject lines, few things that really work that get open rates are using things like scarcity in your subject line. Words like exclusive, expiring, expired, get this now, hurry, great deal, last chance, limited time, sale, special offer. You get the point. You've probably seen these inside of your own personal email account. And why do people use these? Because they create scarcity and create urgency for fans for an offer, and these increase open rates. One word of caution though, if you use them too much, fans will stop paying attention and they won't open your emails. So be sure, if you're going to use scarcity in your subject line, you just need to use it every now and then, not every single email that you send out. Another good way to be able to test inside of your email subject line is using numbers. Things like percentage off or the score of the game, or if your team's on a win streak, something like that. Numbers in your email subject line oftentimes have higher open rate percentages than those that are simply just text. So look at your current emails, in your personal emails. How many subject lines have numbers in them? Did you open that email? Did you not? That would definitely be something that I would use testing out to see, hey, what would work if I did X or if I did Y? So if you did like a score email that said, hey, we won 5-0, or we have a win streak taking place, we've won 4 in a row, something like that, people are going to open those emails because they're going to want to know a little bit more about what's happening. So try to use numbers. Another thing you can use in your subject line are emojis. And just like scarcity, I'm going to give you a word of caution. Overusing emojis, people are going to just stop paying attention and your open rates are going to plummet. So sprinkling it in there would be great. But using a website like getomoji.com and inserting an emoji in the subject line can also improve open rates. For example, here's an idea. If you use the alarm clock emoji, you've probably seen it before if you look in your phone, and you couple it with a scarcity subject line, you're going to get a lot more opens for sure. So Try different things, maybe drop in a smiley face, maybe put a baseball in there if you're a baseball team or soccer, whatever it may be, but try to sprinkle in some emojis when you start to test out your subject lines just to see what happens. Here's another tip: personalize the subject line. You can actually use the fan's first name in the subject line. If you take a look at your own emails, your personal emails, you can take a look through how many are actually saying your first name in the email subject line. Not that many. You're definitely going to stand out. So when you look inside of your email service provider, that's your MailChimp, your Constant Contact, your Campaign Monitor, inside a fan's specific account, there's the first name, the last name, the email, maybe it has the phone number, the address, city, state, those types of things. These fields are identifiers. Some email providers call these custom fields. So what you want to do is when you're crafting your email, you want to do the hi insert personalization tag. So that personalization tag would be a first name. So you would copy that and you would put that in the subject line. So it would say, hi, Jeremy, or hi, Tom, whatever it may be. So this personalization tag would be great, and you would put it in there, and I would test this out a little bit as you start to send out single game emails and see what happens. I think your open rates are going to surprise you when you try something like that. But remember, only grab the one that is labeled first name. Don't grab the one that says full name or address or phone number or whatever it may be. That would be really weird if I looked at my email and I saw my phone number in an email. I would feel turned off, and it's probably going to lead me to unsubscribing from that. So just only grab the first name, and as a personalization tag, you could put that into the subject line, and that's going to lead to higher open rates as well. All right, 3 takeaways from today's podcast. Number 1, not every email subject line should feel like you're selling something. If it does, you know your open rates are going to reflect that. So just be thinking about what could I put inside of my subject line that might talk about something that's taking place during a game, before a game, a promotion, a fan's name. It could be one of the players' names. It could be a final score. Could be all kinds of different things. But content sells, but you don't always have to be selling. So just keep in mind, not every email subject line should feel like you're selling something. Second tip of the takeaways here: A/B test your subject lines. In doing so, you'll get a great feel for what subject lines work better for certain situations. For an example, if you did a subject line for Black Friday and you're using scarcity, okay, people will get that and people will understand that. But if you're using it all the time, people are just going to tune out. So just be thinking about how to do it and just test your subject lines. You never know what's going to work until you test it. And the third takeaway, test different things in your subject line, like the personalization of the name, adding that person's first name, using emojis or numbers. But don't overdo it. All right, if you're not sure where to start or just need some additional support, head over to sportsmarketingmachine.com and schedule a call. My job, I'm here to help sports teams sell more tickets and grow their fan base. Until next time.